I'm so glad to have you being here with me this Wednesday. I'm as well almost as glad as to how smoothly things went today with the big Sandy news. As I told you yesterday, for my reason of being out of the office for most of the day, we are now being printed at the family of the Charleston Gazette, and it was a wonderful transition. It went as smooth as anything could, and that's a pretty significant endeavor, so we're very fortunate and pleased to be a part of their family and have them for our printing services, as we hope to be there for quite some time with the Sayersville Independent and the Big Sandy News. It's very important that you find someone to print your newspaper who does a very wonderful job and understands the business, and we are so glad to have them as such. And tomorrow's edition of the Sayersville Independent right now, glad to say, looks to be just as smooth in all forms and fashions, and along with this, maybe some new things that we'll be able to maybe implement to the paper and a few little things later on down the line. But be sure and get an edition tomorrow of the Sayersville Independent. I'll just give you a brief rundown real quickly. I'll talk a bit tonight about the backpack program and a big boost of support, as well as Heather's got a story tomorrow that I'll have more on at a later time about a big band donation from some big local entertainers. Well, the husband, at least. North Magoffin Elementary 6th grader doing what at the Senate? Well, answer that in tomorrow's paper. More on the federal health care fraud case that I will have on tonight's headlines in just a few moments, as well as more information on an evicted couple and then caught breaking and entering back into that structure. The Mountain Parkway meeting, a reminder there. Also a reminder about a report that I had earlier about a donation to the Magoffin County Sheriff's Department, a big four-wheeled one. And I'm not even going to go through the list of sports because I don't have time. It's a big read tomorrow. I hope you get one. And, of course, Thursday's throwback page brought to you by our friends Grover Arnett, attorney at law. It's always worth the price of admission just in and of itself, but a whole lot of other neat things in tomorrow's edition. I'll get to a couple of those on tonight's program. I'll get to the wind advisory and the big changes we have weather-wise in just a few moments. First, however, a couple of things. A life sentence for distributing fentanyl that resulted in at least one overdose death in a Kentucky jail, and the judge believes likely two. A man from Pike County, specifically 38-year-old Justin Bryan of Shelbyana, was convicted by a federal grand jury on October the 22nd. He was sentenced to life in prison this week. I'll have that story and more, picking up with that in just a moment. Ratliff & Ratliff Family Dentistry, locally and family-owned since 1969, is now proudly providing treatment for headaches, jaw and muscle pain. They offer trigger point therapy along with Botox to effectively treat and reduce symptoms of TMJ pain. And Dr. Beth Ann, member of the American Academy of Facial Aesthetics, also offers Botox therapy and dermal fillers for all of your cosmetic needs. Call 349-2812 to schedule an appointment and allow their highly trained and friendly staff to take care of all your dental and cosmetic needs. Someone dies in the U.S. every 7 minutes from an overdose, and over half of the population gets or takes pills from a friend or a relative. And about 46 million and counting are exposed to narcotics in their drinking water. So don't toss them, flush them, or leave them lying around. Safely dispose of your unneeded meds anytime at Parkway Pharmacy,
where you can always talk to a pharmacist when you need one.
Don't let Mother Nature be the one to remind you about your tires. Stop by Conley Tire and let them make sure that you're safe in getting from A to B. Tires, wheels, oil changes, brake repair, and maintenance. And be sure to click on ConleyTire.net for all the latest offers with 6 months no interest payments at Conley Tire or ConleyTire.net.
At Golden Law Office, our attorneys previously represented the nation's largest insurance and trucking companies, handling cases involving serious personal injury and death. We know their strategies, how they will defend the case, and what factors drive large settlements. The attorneys at Golden Law Office can use this inside knowledge to ensure your case is handled effectively and aggressively. Hiring Golden Law Office provides you with a strategic advantage. Call Golden Law Office today.
Now back to 38-year-old Justin Bryan of Shelbyana. He was convicted by a federal grand jury back in October of last year for smuggling drugs into the Pike County Detention Center and distributing them to inmates. The drugs containing fentanyl and parafluorfentanyl and it resulted in the death of at least one other inmate in the jail. And at sentencing, Judge Weir also made a finding that there was good evidence connecting Bryant to another overdose death in that facility in August of 2021. The judge also said evidence documented that even after the overdose death in October of 21, staff at the Pike County Detention Center and the Pikeville Police Department found him attempting to bring drugs, however he was doing so, into the jail on at least 2 other occasions. The conviction in this case is the most recent of almost 3 dozen prior criminal convictions against Bryant over the past 2 decades, this one resulting in a life sentence. 4 people, including a former Magoffin County woman, were indicted last week on federal charges related to health care fraud and conspiracy to distribute controlled substances. Over a dozen charges happening over a span of about 3 years or longer, according to federal authorities. On Thursday of last week, a federal grand jury in Lexington released an indictment against Dr. Jose Alzadon, Michael Brezgenzer, Barbie Van Hoos, and Christy Berry, formerly of Magoffin County, alleging that they submitted fraudulent Medicare and Medicaid claims for health care services they did not perform or services that had been up-coded or billed at a higher level than warranted for the visit of the patient, as well as distributing quantities of a controlled substance, including but not limited to, I believe, Suboxone, in a manner that they knew was against the law. According to the indictment, Berry, again formerly of Magoffin County, and Brezgenzer were owners of Kentucky addiction centers with multiple locations, including this one in Paintsville, with Dr. Alzadon as a licensed medical doctor working at the clinics to treat patients for opioid addiction. Barbie Van Hoos was said to be the billing manager, and the 13 charges listed in the indictment referred to events that happened from October of 17 through April of last year in Johnson and in Clark counties. Counts 1 through 12 hold a maximum sentence of up to 10 years imprisonment and a fine of not more than $250,000 or greater of twice the gross gain or twice the gross loss, and the supervised release of no more than 3 years. Count 13 carries 5 years in prison and a fine of up to another $250,000, and the 4 have been ordered to forfeit anything derived or profited from the alleged actions, or if not in their possession, other property they own up to the value of the property described. As for Dr. Alzadon, he has been arrested and he was released on bond. He has a pretrial conference set for March the 30th in Lexington. A jury trial has tentatively been set for April the 11th in Covington. He was arraigned this week and pled not guilty. A court summons was issued for the remaining Berry, Brezgenzer, and Van Hoos to appear in court in U.S. District Court in Lexington on the 23rd of this month. Kentucky Addiction Centers has offices and operates them in Paducah and London, Winchester, and of course the one in Paintsville. Dr. Jose Alzadon, however, has a story past prior to this story here in eastern Kentucky. It was in 2014 that the Kentucky Court of Appeals ruled on his appeal of the judgment in a case between he and Highlands Regional Medical Center. The case then stating that going back to 2005, Alzadon was hired by Highlands as a surgeon, and under the agreement, he agreed to reimburse the hospital for the income guarantee payments that he was given if he failed to practice for 2 years or otherwise broke the contract under which he was hired. And being hired, it was only a mere couple of months later after he was hired that things started to unravel. His privileges were suspended just a short time after he was hired at Highlands. Shortly after the licensee began, that licensee referring to Dr. Alzadon, there were 6 surgical cases where there were reports written up thereafter claiming his technique and errors were of significance. The Medical Executive Committee requesting that he complete additional hands-on training as a result, or a mini residency, if you will, within 90 days to get better skills. He didn't meet that deadline. He was given another deadline. He didn't meet that one, and his privileges were finally revoked. And then Alzadon accepted income guarantee payments over $300,000 from Highlands, of which he did not pay back. The court agreed with Highlands in that case. And for more on this story, you can pick up tomorrow's edition of the Sagersville Independent. For more on this next story as well, it'll be in tomorrow's paper as well, but it'll also be right here reminding us about one of the greatest programs that I've ever covered and how these folks are helping support it. Stay tuned. The reassurance of getting your medications and over-the-counter needs at Sagersville's oldest and most trusted pharmacy, the convenience of curbside pickup and call-ahead service, and the fact that you can walk in, order to go, or sit down and get gourmet quality hot fudge brownies, nachos, shakes, coffees, hot dogs with homemade sauce, desserts, and more makes it more than your hometown good neighbor pharmacy. It's a destination in downtown Sagersville, Frazier's Prater Drugstore. It doesn't get any sweeter than that.
AppalachianWireless.com is here to make your life easier and save you money. Sign in or create a self-care account to pay bills, view usage, or check contract dates. You can also apply for paperless billing and auto pay to save up to $5 per phone for a month on postpaid plans. Forward pay customers, you can also renew or change your plans and pay your bills online as well. It's self-care at AppalachianWireless.com because we are you. We are Appalachian Wireless.
I'm Bill Tinker. I've spent the past 19 years defending insurance companies in car crashes, truck crashes, and slip and falls. Are you involved in a case like that? Is the insurance company giving you the runaround about your medical bills, your benefits, or your lost wages? Contact me at McFarland Tinker Law Office. With our combined experience of over 58 years, we're here ready to work for you.
You've read about him in the books. You've seen him at the movies. Everyone loves Paddington Bear. The charming, accident-prone, marmalade-loving bear is headed to the Mountain Arts Center on February 27th. This hilarious, fun-filled comedy is filled with mischief, mayhem, and a whole lot of mess. A hysterical show for the whole family to enjoy. Don't miss Paddington Gets in a Jam. Get your tickets today at macarts.com. This presentation is partially sponsored by the Kentucky Arts Council.
It's not been all that long ago I say that, and every time I say that, it's usually a lot longer than what it feels like. But you may recall myself going up to the Extension Service a few years back and talking with our friend Amanda about the wonderful backpack program. Well, it's still, glad to tell you, alive and well, and it's still getting support from community members and the like, and this week it's gotten some support from a very big check from a long-standing organization. A Kiwanis Children's Fund grant through our Sagersville Kiwanis Club resulted in a big check. Oh, by the way, that I had the privilege of printing here at Your News Today in Independent Signs. For $1,000, sorry, shameless self-promotion, but $1,000, how cool is that for the Montgomery County Extension Service Backpack Program? Read in tomorrow's edition. Tommy Lemaster will tell you how the Kiwanis told the Independent they always donate to the program, but this grant made it possible for them to donate a little bigger this year. Tommy said in part that it feels great that kids in our community will benefit from this grant. The backpack program has been going on for 20 years, and it serves local families from each Montgomery County school with backpacks full of food, making sure that students who need a little extra push, well, get enough food to get them through the weekend, a meal or two a day or more sometimes. It's a wonderful, wonderful program. You can get back up to date on the backpack program by getting tomorrow's edition of the paper, and at any time you can always contact the Extension office if you'd like to make a donation or find out how you can be a help. Amanda says it indeed is a community collaboration with the Extension Office, our Family Resource Centers, and then, of course, all those others who can help be a part of it, and there's a long list of those, and you can be, too, if you would like to donate. I got a full list of, rather, Heather has a full list of contact and other information in tomorrow's edition. Great job, everybody. Up next, tonight's McGoffin Farm Bureau Community Calendar. Got a birthday for you tonight. And that's always the best way to start a calendar. And tonight it's 41 best birthday wishes to Riggs Rao from your dad, Siggs, Maddie, and the family. Happy birthday, Riggs. Happy 41st birthday to you, young man. Happy birthday, Riggs. Going on to other announcements, a reminder that the Montgomery County Special Olympics wants you. If you're a student athlete, 8 years of age and older, like to be a part of the program, they want you. If you're an adult who would like to be a part of the program, they can find a place for you. call for either reason, Paul Montgomery or Keisha Swords. Gumby's number is 424-6302. And remember that you can as well come to their movie night set for March the 4th at the Community Center and register and find out more and just have a good time and really be a part of the program. The Water into Wine Food Pantry wants me to remind everyone their next regular pantry date is Wednesday the 15th. Can you believe that's next week, the middle of February already? Whew. And next Thursday the 16th, not to get off track there, is going to be their senior commodity day. And everyone they say who's on the list, get there, because if after 10 o'clock they will start to serve those on the waiting list. And this is tomorrow. This is one of the best things I could think of to do. McGoffin County Family Resource Centers are presenting a Cyber Safe Schools parent training at the high school tomorrow night starting at 6. It's free. Any parent, guardian, caregiver raising children, well, you can find out what you should do to be aware of and how to monitor your child's online activity. You'll go from being overwhelmed by technology to being confident in leading your children in the safe use of social media. I don't know a family who could not benefit from this. And as well, if that wasn't enough, they'll have door prizes and refreshments. And did I say it's free? Tomorrow at the McGoffin County High School, 6 o'clock. And the calendar, always free too. Birthdays and anniversaries as well. Send those to me whenever you have them. Send them to heather@SagersvilleIndependent.com if you would like them printed in the paper, and they're free there too. It's Dipper Day tomorrow at your Sayersville Lee's Famous Recipe. Yes, you can get our famous all-white big chunks of crispy chicken any day of the week as a snack, a meal, or as a party box. But on Thursday, Dipper Day, you get the meal that's dippers with 2 homemade sides and a biscuit for just $6.79. Only at your Sayersville Lee's. Also famous for our ice.
Hello, I'm Dr. Cheryl Stalder-Cheney, podiatrist currently located in Sayersville, Kentucky. I've been servicing patients within Eastern Kentucky for the past 20 years.
Our feet are the foundation for everything we do, and whether you're suffering from fractures or injuries, need custom orthotics, diabetic foot care, sports medicine, heel pain, wound care, or anything else foot-related, relief is just one step away.
Welcome to Hope Family Podiatry Center, where we take care of all of your podiatric needs.
Located on the Parkway next to Hope Pediatrics. Banking from home or on the go has never been easier and will forever be an important and necessary part of life. And Sayersville National has been and will always be at the forefront of meeting and exceeding your financial needs and giving you the safest and most worry-free online and mobile banking so you can worry about the important things, like what's for dinner. They're there when you need them at the main and branch locations of the Sayersville National Bank. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you all the ways you could ever need to tell your heart of hearts Happy Valentine's Day at the seasonal shop, with candies that are more than just sweet, and pins and necklaces, earrings and bracelets to go with all of these lovely designs in pinks and reds. And absolutely something for him too, something super cool from Ridge and Holler, for example. There's a perfect brewmate for whatever beverage you're enjoying at work or play, and more, and only at the seasonal shop in downtown Sayersville. Happy Valentine's Day. Well, no basketball tonight. Of course, the boys, I think, are on the road going to East Ridge. I know they are. And then, of course, the boys will be back in action on Friday as they are hosting Johnson Central, an all-important and exciting district game. That's just 2 days from now. While our beloved Lady Hornets are on the road tomorrow night, traveling to Cordia, we wish them a safe journey and a win, and they're hosting East Ridge at home. That's right, girls at home, this Friday as well. That means we have a doubleheader in store for you Friday night. I just put that 2 and 2 together right then. Now, here's a little, this pretty much sums up Kentucky right here. Today's date in our weather history, the National Weather Service reminding us back that back in 1971 on this day, 1971, a very good year, just saying. My mother might agree, I don't know. Heavy snow made its way across eastern Kentucky on this date, up to 7 inches in parts of eastern Kentucky. Flemingsburg saw that high number. And then on 2001 in this date, it was a heat wave. Literally, we had 72 degrees or better for about 3 days in a row back in 2001. 7 inches of snow, over 72 degrees. Same day, different years. Okay. What is today's? Well, today just kind of falls not necessarily right in the middle of that, closer to the high end. But we've got this. We've got above average temperatures of an above average storm system giving us some rain, not so much as what some other folks like in central Kentucky and northern Kentucky are seeing. But as this low exits, well, a cold front tomorrow could give us some showers and some storms, the lighter side of which I do believe. And then another system, an upper level low, well, by the weekend could give us a few flakes Saturday night into your Sunday. Here's how the 7-day actually shakes down to give you a little more of a better timeline and detail. Mostly cloudy skies tonight. 10% chance of showers for us, as you saw. Most everything staying to our north, glad to say. So a 10 to maybe 20% chance of some showers. Mostly cloudy skies, 53 mild degrees, but winds up to 20 miles per hour. And tomorrow we have a wind advisory in effect from 4 in the morning until 7 tomorrow night. Because with all of that I just before mentioned, we'll see showers possibly up till about 3 o'clock or so tomorrow afternoon. I think we'll see clouds give way to some sun tomorrow before tomorrow is over. But with that, winds out of the southwest anywhere from 10 to 45 miles per hour. So whatever hatches you have to batten down, if you haven't already, it's not like we haven't been seeing a lot of persistent winds, you'll need to do so tonight or certainly early tomorrow, because winds will be cranking up to close to 45 degrees 4 times tomorrow, and close to 70 degrees tomorrow. 69, maybe even 70 out and ahead of that system. 40% chance of showers again, but waning, and then it will dry up by tomorrow night. This time, Friday, we're still holding on to 54 degrees, mostly cloudy skies, lesser winds out of the northwest, 3 to 15 or so for your Friday, but a decent day, 54 and cloudy and breezy. Saturday for the weekend, we start off on a colder note. 45 is about all we'll muster. Partly sunny skies and clear and dry all the way through late Saturday night, technically like 4 in the a.m. That's when we have maybe a 30% chance of some snow showers during the early morning hours, and then maybe still lingering into your Sunday. And then as we hit 47, we'll see maybe the changeover to some rain. Not many flakes to add up to much, but a 30% chance of some precipitation, white and wet. Again, 47 and 24 for your high and low Sunday. Looking ahead, 56 mostly sunny and absolutely calm Monday. Then back to another pattern. Tuesday of next week, upper 50s, but more clouds and showers than not. And Wednesday, into the 60s we go again with partly sunny skies returning. Showers still lingering from your Tuesday. Now, how does that sum up Kentucky's forecast? I mean, we've got it all right there in one little run. And that's going to wrap it up for tonight. Thank you for being a part of the show. See you back here tomorrow. Hopefully after you've got an exciting read going on in tomorrow's edition of the Tigersville Independent. Good night.